Hey guys, we put together this maintenance session for you. This session focuses a lot on opening up your hips. So outer hips, hip flexors, all in hopes of releasing your lower back. We'll finish up with a couple of deep twists, and that should feel really good all the way up and down your spine. I'll be doing a more basic version of each pose, and Jeb is going to be doing a slightly more advanced version, which would just take the poses a little bit deeper. Either way, you want to make sure that you're moving in a range of motion that keeps you pain-free, comfortable, and focusing on deep breaths. Hey guys, welcome to your street parking maintenance session. We're going to start lying down on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the ground. Draw your right knee in towards your right shoulder and interlace your fingers on your right shin. Slide your shoulders down your back. You can stay here or straighten your left leg. If your left leg is straight, flex your toes up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, fill your stomach up against your thigh. And as you exhale, squeeze your thigh in towards your stomach. Take a few more deep breaths like that. Use the inhales to expand just a little further, and the exhales to squeeze and compress into the right side. Try to keep your neck long and your jaw nice and relaxed. If your left leg is straight, go ahead and bend the knee and put your foot back on the ground. And take your right ankle to the top of your left thigh. Interlace your hands behind your left hamstring or onto the left shin. And start to draw your left thigh in towards your left shoulder. Keep your right foot flexed a lot, and so you protect your right knee. And take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, squeeze the left thigh in a little bit closer. You can use your right elbow against your right thigh and gently press that right thigh away from your body. But try to keep your hips pretty level on the ground. They kind of like to twist sometimes. On those exhales, gently squeeze the left leg in a little closer. Okay, keep your legs as they are and just release your hands and place your left foot down on the ground. Keep the legs as they are and start to rotate your hips towards the left side. Imagine that you're trying to stamp your right foot to the ground. Use your left hand and just push away the inside of your right leg. You could stay here or take your right arm out towards the right side and look over your right shoulder. Take some deep breaths all the way down the sides of the body, the outer edges of your hips. Gently start to come back to center and release the right foot down. Switch your sides. Pull your left knee in, hands on the left shin. You're going to hug those elbows down to the sides of your body. Breathe in. As you breathe out, squeeze in a little closer. A couple more deep breaths just like that. When you're breathing in, try imagine your belly fills up like a big balloon. And as you breathe out, you're massaging, squeezing, and compressing. And if your right leg is straight, go ahead and bend the knee, bring the foot on the ground again. Left ankle to the right thigh. Hands behind the right hamstring or onto the right shin. But if you're reaching for your shin and notice that your shoulders tend to hike up or you're creating a lot of extra tension in the neck, hands stay on the hamstring so that you can keep your spine nice and long. And again, slow exhales to gently draw in the right leg. you can relax the right ankle, but try to keep the left foot flexed so your toes are pulling back towards your shin. All right. Keep your left ankle glued to your right thigh and just release your right foot down to the ground. And slowly start to rotate your left foot towards the right side. So you come into that funky twist. Right fingertips on the inside of your left leg, gently press away. You can stay here or left arm out to the left side and look over your left shoulder. You might feel this down the outside of your left hip. You might feel it in the low back. Hopefully you're feeling some space, and if there's any pinching, find the adjustment that's gonna make your body feel comfortable and open. All right, slowly come back up to center. And then bring both knees in and start to rock yourself forward and back. And you're gonna rock yourself all the way up into a seated position. So we'll start with the right shin in front and take your left shin behind you so that your legs are almost at like a 90 degree angle. And bring your hands to the ground behind you, and you're just gonna start to slowly windshield wiper your legs, your shins from side to side. You can keep your hands on the ground behind you to support your balance, or challenge your balance, challenge your core strength a little bit, and take your hands up off of the ground. You're gonna windshield wiper your legs a few times, and just start to open up the hips. And try to keep breathing some nice deep slow breaths as you move. Once you've gone through about 3 to 4 cycles on each side, you're gonna make your way all the way around to the front and come into a tabletop position on your hands and knees. We'll take a few cat-cows, drop your belly, lift your chin, lift your tailbone, take a nice slow breath in. As you exhale, tuck your chin round your spine. Again, breathe in, try to lift your chin up, lift your tailbone up. And breathe out, push the ground away and spread those shoulders wide. One more time. Deep breath in, really try to let your belly hang down low. And a deep breath out. Take an inhale to a neutral spine, tuck your toes, and as you exhale, press back to downward facing dog. You can pedal your feet here, move your chin a little bit, right and left, up and down. And then slowly start to walk your feet up towards your hands. And bring your fingertips to your shins and lift up halfway to a flat back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold, drop your arms, drop your head. This time, stretch up, reach the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, cactus your arms, bend your elbows, pull your shoulders back and down. Keep your legs active. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, cactus those arms. You can lift your chest, lift your chin. One more time, deep breath in, reach up. Deep breath out, big stretch across the front of your chest. This time, inhale and reach your arms up. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold all the way down to the ground. Inhale, lift up halfway, nice long spine. Exhale, bring your hands to the ground. Step your left foot way back behind you. Lower your left knee down to the ground. Walk your hands up onto your left thigh and just settle into a lunge. Reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, find a little side bend over towards the right side. You can stay here with your right hand on your thigh, or take your right hand to reach up and grab your left wrist and add a gentle little pull. And breathe all the way down the left side of your body. Come all the way back up to center. Release that left hand if you've got it. Plant your left palm on the ground and take your right foot a couple of times out to the right side. So you open up your hips a little. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale and deepen your twist as you exhale. You can stay here or bend your left knee and take your right hand to catch your left foot. And you'll get a little bit of a quad stretch, a little deeper hip flexor opening, and a nice opening through the front of your right shoulder. A couple more slow exhales. Allow your hips to press towards the ground. And slowly release that left foot. Bring your right hand down to the ground. And then deepen your lunge. Let your hips melt forward and down. You can stay up on your palms or lower down to your elbows or your forearms. Okay. Press back up onto your palms. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and you're gonna step forward. And find that forward fold again. Take an inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, hands to the ground, step your right foot back. So we'll do that whole thing on the second side. Lower the right knee down, walk your hands up onto your left thigh, and soften into your lunge. The right arm is gonna reach up and over towards the left side. You can add that little extra pull with your left hand if that would feel good. Okay, come all the way back up. Release your ground. Heel toe your left foot to the left side just a couple times, and then twist your chest to the left, reach your left arm up to the sky, and stay here or add that quad stretch and take your left hand to your right foot. Left hand down to the ground, really low lizard lunge, both palms down or lower to your forearms or your elbows. Press yourself back up to your palms. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and take a big shift back, forward, step forward to the front of the mat. Fingertips to your shins, lift up halfway, breathe in. Exhale, hands down and step your left foot back. This time you're gonna keep your left knee lifted. Walk your hands up to your right thigh. And then reach both arms up towards the sky. Crescent lunge for just one big breath in. And open up to warrior two for a breath out. We're not here long, but try to get low in your lunge. Drop your shoulders down, breathe in, and breathe out. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten your right leg, and turn your toes over to the left side. And actually, you want to pigeon toe your feet just a little bit. Roll your shoulders back, take an inhale. As you exhale, start to hinge forward with a flat back. Bring your hands down to the ground. You can keep your hands out underneath your shoulders or walk your hands closer to your feet, underneath your hips. And try to draw your forehead or the crown of your head down towards the floor. Breathe into the back of your legs. Walk your hands out underneath the shoulders again, lengthen your spine. And then walk your hands towards the front, towards your right foot. Pivot all 10 toes to the right. Lower your left knee down. And start to heel toe your right foot over towards the left side. We're gonna come into pigeon. Now, if you're a little tighter in your hips, you can bend your back knee and soften into a deer variation. So kind of like what we started with both legs bent, only this time you'll start to walk yourself forward. If you're in pigeon, keep the right hip down on the ground. You can draw all the way forward and down to your elbows, or even rest your head on the ground. And try to breathe into the outer edge of your right hip. And slowly start to peel yourself back up. And tuck the back toes, level the hips, and press yourself up and back to a downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale, bend your knees, lift your heels and look forward, and you're gonna step towards the front of the mat, feet towards your hands. Lift up halfway, flat back, breath in. Hands to the ground, step your right foot to the back. Your hands up onto your left thigh, and then on an inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, open up wide to warrior two. Get low in your lunge, open up that left hip, breathe in and breathe out. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten your left leg. This time turn your toes to the right, pigeon toe those feet just a bit. You can keep your hands on your hips and repeat that same variation, or interlace your hands behind you or grab for opposite elbows and start to hinge forward and get that extra little shoulder opening. You can keep the hands behind you or bring your hands down to the ground and fold down, forehead towards the ground. If your hands are behind your back, go ahead and release them down to the ground. And then walk your hands out towards your left foot. Turn the toes to the left. Lower your knee down. Find your variation of pigeon or deer, so that left shin goes across. And if you want, you can drop your hips towards the left, bend the back knee, and see if that helps you target your left hip a little more. Otherwise, if you like pigeon, go ahead and draw yourself forward over your left shin. Just find an option that's gonna let you breathe some space into the outside of your left hip. Peel yourself back up. And this time you're gonna shift your weight off to your left hip and bring your right leg around. Extend the feet so that you can bring your feet together and sit up nice and tall. Your knees are out wide. And take a deep breath in, lift your chest up. And as you exhale, start to hinge forward. And you can use your hands around your feet to gently draw yourself in. And slowly let your back round, let your head drop. You can keep your hands around your feet or thread your forearms underneath your calves or your shins for a little extra added weight. And slowly start to curl yourself back up. Use your hands, bring your knees back towards each other, and then lay down on your back, but this time just keep your knees bent, kind of like where we started. And scoot your hips all the way over to the right side, and then let both knees drop over to the left. Take your arms out wide and look over your right shoulder. You could stay here, this might be plenty, or wrap your right leg around your left leg. But if you feel any pulling or pinching in your back, unwrap the legs and find an option that's going to feel good. And come back to the middle. And then switch your side. So shoot your hips over to the left, knees drop to the right, and chin over the left shoulder. Lots of really long, slow, deep breaths. And come all the way back to the middle. Unwrap your legs, slide your legs out long, take your arms down by your side, slide those shoulders under you, and release any remaining tension in your body. And let your breath return to normal. You're welcome to stay like this as long as you want. When you're ready to move again, start to move carefully. And roll yourself over to one side. And press yourself back up into a seat. And have the best day ever.